Storm Tracker 6. This is Forecast First, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
We're still dealing with some lake effect snow showers and a lot of wind across mid-Michigan today. Weekend storm is all done, and again, thankfully that ended up way low as far as snow amounts go. Radar very active, but those will calm down, and once we get rid of the lake effect, no storm systems out there, and overall things are looking fairly quiet the next several days, just really cold. Current temperatures 1 below in Ironwood, down to 11 in Lansing, so statewide it is cold, and our numbers will only continue to drop as we head through the evening hours. Forecast-wise for tonight, temperatures below zero by early tomorrow morning with partly cloudy skies on the way. We've got a few cool days to talk about, and then we've got much warmer weather in the forecast. 6 News at 5 starts right now.
WLNS is here for you with 6 News at 5.
More than 100 families in Lansing will soon have an affordable place to live. City officials cut the ribbon on the project today, and 6 News was there. It is our top story today at 5. Thank you for joining us. I'm Sherry Jones. The officials behind the new project tell us that it's going to help fill a vital gap in Lansing's housing shortage and help people improve their lives with a safe place to stay. Our Nick Simon has that side of the story.
That's right, Sherry. The project is going to include 2 apartment buildings that'll bring nearly 120 new units to Lansing. Most of those will be rent controlled, and it's going to take people out of temporary shelters and give them a real place to live. And that's going to make a huge impact.
The basis of all foundation of moving forward with your health, with your education, with your job skills, everything starts with a safe, clean, affordable house.
These 2 developments will be the first new units built by the Housing Commission in more than 20 years. And it's going to add up to more than $41 million in new construction. The Commission will also be providing community services for residents to help get them on their feet.
Our mission here at the Housing Commission is to make sure that we fill that foundational problem and get you into clean, safe, affordable housing so that then we can work on the other things that may need to be worked on.
The low income and affordable options are designed to be a stepping stone on the way to something better.
As they income out of our jobs, they'll move into higher rents, and then we can move in new people to fill in behind them.
Both complexes will be built on Grand Avenue. One of the projects is called Riverview 220 and will feature 56 apartments reserved for low-income families, as well as retail space and 7 market-rate apartments. The other, called Grand Vista Place, will include an additional 55 affordable apartments. Housing officials tell me it's an important step in the right direction, but Lansing still needs thousands of units like this to fill demand.
For example, our Housing Choice Voucher waitlist will open for 5 to 7 days. We'll get 2,500 people that sign up for that list. So these 2 buildings are a really small dent in the issue of capacity that we need.
Now, these new units may just be a small dent in the problem, but they're still a welcome addition to the city skyline. We can expect construction to start sometime in the coming months. Back to you.
Thank you, Nick. And that's not the only major groundbreaking project in mid-Michigan today. Jackson College is kicking off construction on its new Center for Applied Technologies building. The college says this will help meet the rising demand for workers in the fields of utilities, energy, industry, and sustainable technology. They're breaking ground on this $7 million, 15,000 square foot building right now. It will go up in the southeastern corner of campus behind the Hauser Child Development Center. Well, happening right now, crews are fighting a generator fire at a Consumers Energy plant in Bay County. A spokesperson says a generator caught fire at the complex in Essexville. The equipment is reportedly located outside, but flames spread to the buildings. Firefighters from across the Bay Area and into the Thumb area responded. All the employees were evacuated. So far, no injuries have been reported. And now the U.S. Coast Guard is responding to reports that an undisclosed amount of mineral oil leaked at the complex and then possibly into the water. No immediate word about what caused this fire. Well, new today at 5, demonstrations popped up in dozens of state capitals and other cities today. Thousands of people protesting the Trump administration on this President's Day. It was called the Not My President rallies, and this one was held in New York City. Hundreds of people demanding Congress uphold the Constitution and end executive overreach. Organizers held signs that said, "Stop the coup." And the protests were organized by a group called the 5051 Movement, which is dedicated to organizing rallies in each of the 50 states. And a rally was also held in Lansing at the state capitol today. A few hundred people turned out on this bitterly cold day to voice their frustration. The peaceful event lasted just several hours. We'll have much more on today's Capitol rally coming up on 6 News at 6. And the city of Lansing is not one of the top state capital cities in the U.S. That's according to a new study by WalletHub. Zach Priest talked to people involved with that study who explained why that is. Zach?
Lansing came in at 39th out of 50 U.S. capitals in WalletHub's latest rankings. The rankings focus on 4 main categories that they believe define how desirable a city is to live in. The study compares 4 variables: affordability, economic well-being, quality of education and health, and quality of life. Lansing ranks 16th in affordability, but only 38th in economic well-being. Lansing also ranks only 44th in quality of education and only 40th in overall quality of life. I spoke to a man who helped put together the list, who noted that Lansing just missed out on a higher ranking.
The area in which Lansing is disadvantaged is that when we do these studies, we're only considering the city proper. Michigan State University, 5 or 6 minutes away, is in East Lansing, so that doesn't figure into the study.
The top-ranked cities were Austin, Texas, and Madison, Wisconsin, so both university towns. The bottom, Trenton, New Jersey, and Jackson, Mississippi. Now, Lupo pointed out that had East Lansing been included, the Lansing area likely would have ranked higher. And coming up at 6, we have Mayor Schore's response to finding out about these rankings. Back to you.
Thank you, Zach. Gas prices in Michigan are down slightly from a week ago. That's according to new numbers from AAA, which show average gas prices statewide fell, but not by much. They're down just 3 cents from last week to $3.07 a gallon of regular unleaded. That's 7 cents fewer than last time this month and 16 cents fewer than this time last year. Drivers in the greater Lansing area, well, you're paying quite a bit less than the statewide average at $3.01. Those in Jackson paying slightly more than the $3.04 a gallon, but still falling below the statewide average.
From Storm Tracker 6, this is Weather First, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
Well, our storm system this weekend certainly was a big disappointment in terms of overall snow. Some areas got close to what we were saying, but certainly north of Lansing, it was a far cry, and it just was the storm system tracking too far to the southeast. So I'm not going to complain. There was less shoveling to do overall. So we check out the long-range outlook. We've got some good news if you're tired of the cold weather, and you're going to have to wait a while. But as we head towards the middle and end of February, notice the warm weather expanding east across the Great Plains or Central Plains and Rockies, heading towards the east. And as you look out through the end of February into early March, we've got above normal temperatures on the way, so there is a thaw not too far down the road. It's going to take until the weekend before it starts to move in. Bitterly cold overnight lows the next couple of nights, even into Friday. Then notice the low temperatures getting back into the 20s and even near 30 as we head towards the middle of next week. That is a sign of things to come. Doppler radar today shows still some lake effect snow showers. You get under one of those bands, it certainly comes down pretty hard and heavy for a short time. So we zoom out, it's all lake effect. There's one system to south, but that's not really going to be an issue for us. It looks really quiet for tonight once we get rid of the lake effect snow showers. Some clouds around maybe tomorrow morning, partly cloudy skies. As we progress through the afternoon, clouds will probably expand, so we'll probably become mostly cloudy at times. High pressure is still centered to our northwest, and that's what's responsible for all the cold temperatures. And it'll continue to make its way to the south and east as we move into Wednesday, so it's going to continue to make it very cold as long as it's to our west, and that'll remain the case as we head through Wednesday afternoon and probably into Thursday and Friday as well before it finally starts to move out and allow some warmer temperatures to begin to settle back into mid-Michigan. Current temperatures, boy, it is a cold one out there. 10 degrees currently Lansing, 12 in Mason, 12 in Jackson. Wind chills have been near 0 or below much of the day. Winds will get a lot lighter out there tonight, but you still have some snow showers to contend with like you see on our McLaren cam. Pretty heavy snow shower. Temperature at 13. 21 was the high, but look at that wind gust up to 40 41 miles per hour. That's been blowing snow back onto area roadways. Certainly been a problem for us today. In Grand Ledge, a lot less activity, maybe a few flurries out there. Temperature at 11 degrees, wind gust 32 miles per hour. The high temperature only made it up to 19 degrees. In Jackson, a break from some of the snow showers. Current temperature at 12 degrees, 21 is our high, and a wind gust today up to 37 miles per hour. Final stop in Hillsdale, where we've seen even less in the way of snow shower activity today. Current temperature at 11 degrees, wind gust 37 miles per hour, and our high temperature this afternoon up to a very balmy 20 degrees, or actually much earlier today because temperatures have been falling much of the day. Tonight's forecast, look for a low 2 degrees below zero. Even with light winds at 5 to 10, that's still going to drop wind chills at times to probably 10 or 15 degrees below zero by tomorrow morning. Heading into the daytime hours, not much of a warm-up. Near 11 at noon, highs only in the mid-teens tomorrow afternoon. Winds will probably gust between 15 and 25, so wind chills will be near zero all day long. Very, very cold. The 6-day forecast as we head into Wednesday, mostly cloudy skies, high temperature near 19 and a low of 0. Thursday, maybe a few flurries around, but no big snows out there. Weekend looks really quiet. We're in the 20s for highs Friday and Saturday. That'll feel a lot better. But then the low temperatures by Sunday morning, 18 degrees, a high near 32 degrees. We're melting some snow. And boy, are we going to melt some snow next week. High temperatures Monday through Saturday in the mid to the upper 30s. Chance for mainly snow showers, but probably a few raindrops mixing in Monday and again next Thursday. No big storm systems out there, just kind of the nuisance variety. And either way, when you got temperatures in the mid 30s, it's going to be tough to create any significant problems. So we dodged one bullet this weekend in terms of heavy snowfall, but we certainly got the wind. We had some freezing rain over the weekend. And all the snow last week, there's a lot on the ground to melt.
Yes, and it's going to be sticking around for a while. And David, I was thinking, looking at your forecast, that's why when it's 50, we are wearing shorts in Michigan because we've been in the deep freeze.
Yeah, people who move here, from especially down south, they're thinking, why are you wearing shorts and it's 50 degrees? Just give it a year, you'll understand.
Exactly.